Hi there, my name is Vic V. I'm an ENT surgeon working for the NHS in central London, and some of you may have seen my videos on insomnia, difficulty in sleeping at night or sleeping at all. And I've talked about some of the reasons why people get insomnia, and my friend Dipesh Mistry has made a couple of short videos on this as well. I'm waiting also for my friend Hugh Selsick to do some videos as well. So hopefully this will be an important part of my channel as well. So I wanted to talk about one technique that some people advocate to help you get to sleep at night. A lot of it is trying to turn your attention away from the stress of not being able to sleep and to try and focus more on yourself, relaxation, not so much meditation, although meditation does help as well. But this is a technique that a lot of people use for insomnia, and I just want to explain it to you now. I can't remember what it's called. I got taught it a long time ago, and I wish I knew. My friends, the insomnia people, Dipesh Mistry and Hugh Selsick, will probably be able to describe it in much more detail. But it's about muscle relaxation and muscle tensing, and I'll try and explain it. If you're lying in bed and you're desperately trying to sleep at night, I would try this out. It takes a bit of time for it to work. It's not as boring as counting sheep. But the idea is that you're tensing individual groups of muscles and then relaxing them again afterwards. So generally, I would say start with constricting and relaxing the muscles in your feet and work your way up each leg, each arm, body, all the way up to the top of your head. The way I tell people to do this is that I look at the muscles. I tell people to think about the muscles in their feet. So the first ones right at the tip of your foot would be your toes. And I'd crunch your toes down, hold that there for one long breath or 3 seconds, whatever you want to choose. I think using breaths are quite useful. Make it a very long breath. Make the breathing out quite long. So you crunch your muscles as hard as you can. Make sure you don't get a cramp, but crunch your toes down as hard as you can. And then once you've done that long breath, which should last at least 3 seconds or so, relax it out. And then have maybe 2 long breaths where you're feeling that muscle relax. So say you start off on your right foot, crunch your toes down, slower than that actually, and then relax it for 2 breaths. Now I was taught at the time, for some reason, I don't know why this person taught me, that when you're in the relaxation phase, when you're breathing out, when you're breathing in and breathing out, just think of yourself when you're breathing out that you're sinking deep into the bed. So each time you breathe out, you sink even deeper into the bed. And when you feel like you can't sink anymore, you're just imagining this. You're just going like that. When you're sinking into the bed, if you feel like you can't sink anymore, think of maybe a wind blowing over you and your body sort of whistling around in like dust in the wind or something like that. I'm sure it's far more poetic. Look, I'm a slightly autistic surgeon. I don't have the poetry for this, but I'm trying to tell you what I remember someone teaching me once. Anyway, so you scrunch down your toes for 1 long breath, and then you relax for 2 long breaths. And now you've scrunched your toes down. You could do it on the other side. So you scrunch down the left toes down and then relax. Scrunch it down as hard so you feel sort of like a bit of muscle strength behind it. You're just as hard as you can. And then you relax as much as you can. Let yourself float, drop into the bed. Now that you've crunched down, try pushing your toes up. Start with the right, then go into the left. And what you're doing is going backwards and forwards between the 2 sides, working up your body, looking at individual muscles. And I like anatomy. I'm sure most people don't, but you can think about the different muscle groups and different ways different joints in your body work. So down, up. You can even splay your toes out if you think you can do that and hold it there for a few seconds and then crunch them together the next time round. Try and get it as complex and interesting for your brain as possible, because you're focusing on yourself, not on all the problems in the outside world which are keeping you up. So remember, each time you do a muscle crunch, hold it for 1 breath, and then 1, 2, 3 maybe breaths afterwards where you're sinking into the bed and just lying there and sort of feeling the relaxation in that muscle. So we've gone down with your toes, up with your toes, pointing up as much as you can, and then maybe even splaying your toes out like this, like I would with my fingers, and then crunching them together like this if you can do that. And then I guess pushing your ankle up, like maybe I'll just use my own feet. So I don't know if I can get my foot up there. So up like this and then down like this. So using that calf muscle. I don't know if that's pointless, but you can put your foot up like this and hold it there. The muscles there will tense up. Hold it there for a big long breath, and then relax for 2 breaths or 3 breaths. The same thing down like this. You can your calf muscle will be here, but you know what I mean. And remember, the ankle can go like this and like this as well. So when you're like walking around like a cowboy like this, or going inwards like this, like you're doing the plow on while skiing. And the idea is that you work slowly up the body, one muscle group at a time, being slow and methodical, thinking about what each muscle group you can do. You might feel, I think I've missed some muscles there. You can even go back to it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a natural progression. Just do them on each side, work your way up. Stomach crunches, left, right, even twist like that. Going up to your chest muscles like this, holding it like this and relaxing. The same thing with your hands, splaying them up, pressing them together, down, up, crunch like this, up. In the neck, you can tighten up like this, the platysma muscle there, like this. I don't know if you can see that. And your lips, pursing them up, even your nose, wrinkling your nose up and stretching it out, eyebrows. You can think of all sorts of muscles. Just try and make it as complex as possible. And that apparently is really good for insomnia. It really helps relax you, really helps to divert your attention away. I think that's what it really helps do. It does a little bit of a muscle sort of workout, but it feels nice, particularly that when you're sinking into the bed and you feel like your body is sinking deeper and deeper into the bed. And it sort of feels like you're meditating, but I'm not sure if that really just counts as meditating. I know nothing about meditation, as you could tell. I'm hopeful that if some of you do that and you find it useful, that it'll be worth me making this video in the first place. I will find the name of this this technique, and fingers crossed someone who has any sort of real knowledge about insomnia will be able to tell you about it. But I hope you found that useful. I will try and bring more videos about insomnia once I can cajole my friends into doing this for us. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.